Death arrived on a peaceful Sunday morning at approximately 8:32. Its one unfortunate recipient was Mr. Thornton Harding the Junior. He'd taken a terrible fall whilst trying on a pair of trifocal spectacles. His optician had told him that they were a godsend for the golfer. Well, they certainly brought God a whole lot closer. On bumbling down the stairs for the broadsheets, Thornton had unfortunately looked through the wrong lens and missed the top step completely. Tumbling to his death, he now stood staring at his crumpled corpse. The spectacles lay beside his broken body, twinkling back in the early morning sunlight. He began cursing them. Damn stupid things. A pair of suicide specs. That optician couldn't have done better than push me with his own hand. Thornton glanced again towards his corpse, and suddenly realised that his silk dressing gown had ridden up, exposing his flabby white bottom, which was now pointing skyward for all to see. Oh, dear merciful God! So this is how I'm to be found, as some naked exposé, something for the postman to titter in the tap room with his delinquent friends. Charming. Thornton began to fret about the boards of his Victorian mansion. So this is death. It doesn't feel much different from life. Apart from everything seems to be frozen. My horses, my prized pedigree pets. Good Lord, even the raindrops are in suspension. It's like some sealed vacuum. What's that? What's that? A figure who's whistling? There's that infuriating tune somewhere over the rainbow. Good God, who are you? Oh, hi. Hello, Mr. Harding. I'm a little late. I'm sorry about that. Sort of nanoseconds at the other side of the Andromeda Galaxy turn into minutes, sometimes more. The moments this side, of course. Who the heck? You're Joe Stalin. You're Joseph Stalin. What? Oh, yeah. You can just call me Giuseppe or Joe, whatever. It's probably a bit of a shock being met by one of the greatest mass murderers in history. You might say that. Who are you? Well, don't think you need to egg things up too much. I mean, are you? Oh dear God, you're a disciple of the devil, aren't you? Don't be silly, Mr. Harding. I'm just a meeting and greeting. Your face is a picture, you know. It was the last time I collected you. I came then, I was Mussolini. I've sort of a fetish for the fascists, you know. I grew up in that era, and well, I love it. It's sort of, there was so much change in that period. What? I've been here before. Oh yeah, many times. Hopefully, many more to come. You're joking. This is some sort of dream, isn't it? I'm still asleep. Now come on. I'll explain en route. We're late anyway. No, you were late. Yes, I know I was late. I've said I'm sorry. Now, we've got to get moving. And the bus is coming. The bus? The bus? Shouldn't we be travelling by light speed or something? And apart from that, you don't expect me to start climbing aboard the bus in my dressing gown and slippers, do you? Has to get change. Oh, you can't get change. You come as you are. I mean, that's... What? You in full military dress uniform with medals and God knows what regalia, and I'm coming... Look, it's what you die in. Stalin died in this. So, that's it. Oh, God, I don't believe this. So I'm parading around. Look, no one can see you, Mr. Harding. I wish I could tell you that I was... You're from the devil, aren't you? No, and I'm not some sort of soul-surfing seraphim from heaven, some heavenly hierarchy, okay? It's unfortunate. I'm just a little old meet and greet from the matriarch. Matriarch? You mean patriarch? No, it's a gynocracy. Honeybee hierarchy and all that. I beg your pardon. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Well, don't look so aghast. I mean, it's not as though you've not been a woman quite a number of times. Last time you were Ishtar's sister down in the Babylonian Babe. Rubbish, I don't believe you. I should be going to heaven. Well, I'm sorry, but this is not a celestial centre, Parks, okay? And now listen, we've got to get moving. We can't get moving anyway, as everything's frozen. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I've got to synchronise you. It's a bit of a sync slip that you've got there. Here, let's try and tune you back in. It's like a radio wave. How's that? Well, it's slow and fuzzy. Well, give it a bit of time. Give it a bit of time. We're trying to get two worldly dimensions moving together here. It's not easy to stop-start time, you know. How's that? Good. Yes. Come on, we've got to get moving. Pick up another packet. Packet? Is that what you call us, packets? Well, all right, immortal entities or whatever you want. It's all reusable radioactive rust, really. Oh, marvellous. Radioactive rust, yes, that's what it's karma. It's minutiae. It keeps everything flowing. It's all reusable. The spark in the dark and all that. You mean I've been praying into this Catholic pension plan all my life, devoted myself to the good Lord, and who? God. Oh, I must have forgot about him, yeah. Well, where is he? Not quite as what you expect. I'll explain, but we've got to get the number 36. Come on. The 36? I'll tell you what, though, Mr. Harding. You know, looking at this soul of yours, it is in immaculate condition. No tears, no marks, scratches, not even the slightest scuff. It's absolutely pristine. You have actually been incarnate. I mean, in flesh and blood, so to speak. Oh, well, I'm ever so sorry. I'm ever so sorry. Next time I'll try and get a few bullet holes in it for you, shall I? Or maybe sliced in two with a razor-sharp sword. Well, you know, I mean, they do normally come back with quite a bit of scarification and burnt and singed and a little bit like a blacksmith's apron. You must have had a very easy passage through time. Well, as a matter of fact, my temporal traversement has been very lonely and very miserable, with only the good Lord and my devout personal phenomenon persuasion to hold on to. Oh, hey, Captain Euphoria. Can we just hold off with the laughing gas? Do you know, if I thought you were Captain Depression, I'd have sent someone else. I hope we're not going to spend all this time together with you in a mood indigo. Who are you? This is outrageous. What is it? Where are you from? Look, we've got to get moving. Have a smoke on this. It'll ease the tensions. Smoke? I've never smoked in my life. I'm hardly going to start now. You're dead. Just have a smoke. It's not like the normal stuff. It's just it'll just excite your particles and you'll feel fantastic. Here. What is it? Well, we've nicknamed it Heaven's Heroin. Heroin? Dear God. It's not heroin. Just have a puff on there. It feels... But go on. Actually, that does feel rather... It feels marvellous. So listen, Stalin. I mean, you're not really Stalin, are you? No, of course I'm not really Stalin. I'm just the essence. We keep all the mortals that have made a marvel of themselves in the multiverse, marking time, as you say. We keep them around just for So you keep all the malevolent. Well, a lot of them are malevolent and bad, yes, but we keep them around and keep them because, A, they're usually very, very flamboyant in uniforms, and A, their personalities are also flamboyant. Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini and everybody. They're really, larger-than-life characters, and oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? And what about the rest of us? Well, we sort of use these for the flamboyance at parties and fancy dress and things like, oh, this is ridiculous. I don't believe this. Look, Mr. Harding, forget about what you think's right, this, that, and the rest of it. You also were a bit of a tyrant, a hangman. I mean, you still owe the top score for Genghis Khan's head-chopping escapade, stacking them up. Why are you saying things like that? Because it's true. It's dreadful to say something like that. Look, dear boy, I myself am trying to dispel these saintly notions that you have about yourself, about anyone. Things are cruel throughout the ages, throughout the medieval period. You did things, I did things. I mean, for heaven's sake, I assisted Vlad the Impaler. Until he impaled me, of course. Not the sort of thing you want on your CV, but, it's just one of those things. Anyway, it's a bit like DNA, okay? It's a cyclic continuum, radioactive rust that's going round and round. It's cleansed of trace and reused. And obviously some subatomic sort of minuscule matter is more alluring than others. It's a bit more of a firework display than the other people's. Stronger sort of thing. Oh, marvellous. So what you're doing then is trying to perfect the perfect psychopath or something. No. Remember, there's nothing like that. We put this sort of powerful substance into everything. Anything mammalian, anything lions, tigers, snakes. It can go anywhere. This is madness. I don't believe it. It's difficult, I know, for you to match up, but we are the ones responsible for putting the amount of, shall we say, fire into flesh and making it. It's a dynamo. It keeps powering things and keeps burning, you know. Have another smoke, for heaven's sake, and let's excite. Right, is that better? Yes, it's not bad. But do you really expect me to get on the 36 bus in a dressing gown? With Joseph Stalin in full, no one can see us, remember. We're only picking up another packet. Try not to walk through anyone, because the static will start them sneezing. Try not to walk through anyone, as you just have. Okay? Just step to the side if you see any flesh coming. Also, have a sneezing fit. The nose, the olfactory bulb, you see, it's exceptionally sensitive. Works on quantum. That's why it starts sneezing all the time. We get up their nose, basically. Oh, my God. So what are we, then? Here, have a sniff at that. What is this stuff that I'm puffing on? It's the perpetual pleasure particle. It's good. We have to. Even I still smoke the stuff. It's wonderful stuff. So who are we picking up? Well, a bit of a traveller boy, a gypsy boy, who's been involved in a knife fight. Well, he's been murdered in a knife fight when we get there. You're not expecting me to start seeing all this blood and gore and things, because I've tried to avoid this all my life. This is why I live at this side of the tracks. In fact, I don't want to go to that side of the tracks. Yes, I know that. I can see you've not... I've not witnessed or been party to blood and gore. Yes. So I see with this immaculate soul of yours. But remember, Harding, you are already dead. Oh, yes, I keep forgetting that. So this chap, then, he will be dead. We're not, going to see the knife fight or anything like that. No. And we've got to go across the tracks. Of course we've got to go across the tracks. I mean, come on, Mr. Harding. You haven't even had sex. You've lived like some sort of mendicant monk for half a century. And a miser to go with it. I mean, what was the matter with you? Just being Christian and careful. Careful? Oh, Christ, that's an understatement. Well, I mean, what? Do you want me to start trying to get involved in violent fights and things like that? Eh? Is that the thing we should do? I mean, I'm supposed to follow a devout path. Anyway, let's not get too busy downtreading this chap, because he was a count, and he's been a famous artist. He's been many things in his past. Don't judge this crook by his cover. So where are we going? Well, we're just going down here. But where's he going? Well, he's going across to P, 3621. And where exactly is that? Well, it's like the Garden of Eden to you. The Garden of Eden. I followed a very sort of Christian code. Shouldn't I be going to the Garden of Eden with him or something? What, if you really mean by not even sharing spit and virtually saving your own urine and toenails and everything else and allowing other mortals to perish at your side because they're not part of the club? Oh, charming. So I'm being ridiculed, not the guy that's cutting and slicing everyone to pieces then. Oh, come on. This is our stop. Now listen. I feel extremely conspicuous as it is, stood here in a dressing gown. You are not going to be seen. Nobody can see you, except the person that's dead, of course. Henry. Oh, my God. Oh, dear God, this is like some sort of Soweto township. I feel like a bronze Victoria memorial. Oh, there's someone coming forward. He can see me. He's the person that's been murdered. It's massive. It's swaying and swanking around. It's coming towards me. Oh, be quiet. Hey. Nice threads, bro. What? Thank you. Thank you, Henry. Oh, gosh, is this how he's coming? Look, both of you listen. Right, Harding, I'm going to leave you here in this old oak tree. I've got to just take Henry quickly for a quick old little snorter of a drink, explain things to him, get him across in the defrag centre, and I'll be back, okay? I beg your pardon, you're going for a snort of a drink without me. You don't drink, you never have. I can try it now. You're staying in the tree. Oh, I can't believe this. We'll be back in... I'll be back in 2 secs. Henry's going across. What about me crossing? Not yet. You're not quite ready. I've got something to explain to you. Just wait here. I won't be long. I say, well, hello you. Who's hiding down there in my old trunky poos? What? Who's that? It's me, the oak tree, you fool. Who are you, you little darling? I'm Thornton Harding the Junior. Are you the tree? Of course I'm the tree. You are addressing... You, my good man, are very fortunate. Am I actually speaking to the tree? You are indeed, sir. And you are also addressing a Major General, Ponsonby, 1st Baronet, which means, I might add, that you address me as sir. Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry, sir, to encroach upon you. I've sort of been left here by my spiritual guardian, Joseph Stalin. Yes, I know him. He's been here many, many times. He normally leaves people here. He left everything here. Quite some time. I must say, Harding, it feels very, very pleasurable, marvellous, having a good sturdy man rub up against my bark, as is so to speak. Yes, it's been quite a considerable length of time since I've been in this bonhomie camaraderie. Yes, more of a touche d'amour of a man and all that. What? I must tell you, listen, before you get a bit too personal and things, I happen to be a devout Christian. Oh, me too. So at least we've got good values together. You? Yes. But I'm also a little bit on the old pansexual side, and I don't mind telling you that you've got that sort of allure that, shall we say, could incline a person. Thornton, come on, we've got to get moving. Good God! Do you know that I have just been almost molested by that tree, don't you? He says it's pansexual. It says he's Major General Ponsonby or something, 1st Baronet. Oh, listen, don't pay much attention to him. He's an actor called Lansford Gibson, John Lansford Gibson, a raging homosexual and a pathological liar. To go with it, don't even bother, getting too carried away. Listen to him. And you have had the audacity to leave me with him, then? Come on, it's only a tree. It's hardly going anywhere, is it? And I've got to leave you somewhere stationary, and still I can't have you moving around. I need to know where you are. You've left me inside a gay tree. It's not a gay tree. The spirit belonged to John Lansford Gibson, who's a little bisexual actor, yes, but not the tree. Oh, this is no good at all. Look, it's all about this thing you're mentioning about soul. It is just energy, fizz. Okay? I'm not having a good time with this. And I don't like having my things crushed and damned. I mean, I've lived long ideals and, I want you to stop. I'm going nowhere until you tell me what's going on. Okay, right. Harry, you, everyone else are just packets of radioactive space dust, as we all are. okay? And there are minuscule black holes everywhere that, faster than light, Henry is now on his way to 3621, over the other side of the Andromeda. He's, he's going to become similar to a little bit of a royalty type thing. Remember, everything's a little bit of a honeybee hierarchy, right? Go on. And where am I going? Am I going to a place of nobility and whatever you... Not quite. Not quite. So, I'm not going until you tell me where I'm going. I was mentioning that, we've got to fit the right amount of fire to the flesh and all that. And sometimes it's very difficult. And we have been known to make mistakes. You have been known to make mistakes. You've been known to also be late. You've been known to also forget to sink slip. So, is this down to you, what you're about to say? You've been living as a mendicant monk and misering life away and absolutely terrified and, shall we say, very feeble of flesh. Yes, go on. Well, there is a reason, and it is partly my fault that... So you're looking after me, or have been looking after me throughout time, and you've made a mistake. Little tinsy-wincy bit of one, I see. And what's that then? Wrong skin? Wrong soul? Soul swap? What is it? Well, it's sort of... I'm here to make sort of amends to it, because the reason you're flesh and you're feeling and you're so timid is that you really are what? You should have been a field mouse. I beg your pardon. Last time I was here, I inadvertently, unfortunately, dropped you into the wrong piece of flesh. Oh, marvellous. No way. This can't be happening. Unfortunately, it is. And now I'm here to make amends. And anyway, St. Martin in the Field, it's your favourite church and everything, and you're very devout and very, very religious. Well, there is where you should have been. There's this terrifying mouse down there that's called the cat killer. It's hideously violent. That has your soul. And now that we've found it, we've got to exchange them. If you think that I am about to spend the rest of my days as a field mouse, forget it. Mr. Harding, we don't have any choice. And apart from that, you won't know you've ever been this or that or anything as human. But you'll have the time of your life. Nibbling away at ears of corn in the harvest festival, chewing through little Bible books, reading prayer. You're there to your heart's content, listening to the bells, listening to the services. No way. Mr. Harding, you are a little old church mouse that came in from a field. I got you mixed up. I'm not going... No! Sorry, Mr. Harding. You've got to go.